all. So in the last tutorial we talked about the database connectivity, and we tried to write down a program or understand a program to make a database connectivity for a date time or date rather. Okay, and if suppose the person's roll number or a student's roll number and birth date has to be entered, or employee number and birth date has to be entered, or order number and order date has to be entered, that program would be useful to understand. Now we would see some other part of the this software development. If suppose I want to go for certain course, okay, and you want to select the course from 4 or 5 options given, okay, it would be something like the registration form. You would be entering your id, the id would be auto generated rather, okay, but yeah, you can enter it, maybe name, maybe address, okay, and the course which you would like to select, right? So that time, how to write down the program, what all things would be there, so that we are going to understand now in this tutorial by understanding a program. Okay, so in this program you can see, I will show you the output first. That would be better for you to understand what am I going to do. Okay, because you got an idea now in the from the last tutorial, the program which we try to understand what happens when we give the data from the front end and it goes to the back end. Okay, this is front end back end combination. Front end is always GUI and back end is database. Here you can see the full name, email, male, female, and course has to be entered. Okay, and you can see the various widgets have been used. Okay, you can see the label, entry, radio button, option, the various options to be checked, to be selected, okay, to get selected, and the button, command button. So this we are going to understand now. I'll close this. Now for this also we will need from TKinter import star, from TKinter import TTK, and import my MySQL.cursors because I want my data to be stored in the table. Import datetime as DT. So now when you say as, the meaning is we are going to write it down dt.yy, dt.mm, something like that. This is the type of the shortcut, the short name for this date time as the library. Now root equal to tk, root equal to tk because I am going to make use of the TKinter. Root.geometry 650 by 650 is the coordinates given, and what do I want at the beginning? Registration form as a title to that particular window. Full name equal to string var. What do I want? I want full name, email, some number, and again some string var. So here full name as string var. You can make use of the date also over here because you understood how to make use of the date, how to deal with the date from the back end to front end or vice versa. So full name string var, email string var, okay. G is int var and C is string var. Now G is nothing but I want to give the option button, the radio button rather, which is true or false, either of it. So that's why it has been given as 1 or 2. It takes it as 1 or 2, male or female. Now this has been given, where to put this full name, email, GC, etc. We are going to put it onto the GUI format. So this is my GUI format. So this is my registration form for course, is my title, and this has been placed here with the font bold 20, etc. Then label 1, entry 1, label 2, entry 2, that way. So full name, take the full name from the user, take the data from, show the full name, take the full name from the user, show the email, okay, get the email from the user, text var equal to email. Later on, show the label gender, get the gender from the radio button, either of it, okay, 1 or 2. Then label 4, that would be label 4 would be the course which is to be selected, and that is given in the list: data science, data lake, software testing, augmented reality, Python programming, etc. And this is drop list. Drop down has been used for them. So drop list equal to option menu, root, C, okay, C is for course, onto the root, and pointer list 1. So by default it would be either of it, the first one which has been given. Drop list.config width equal to 15, and select your course I want to print. It has been placed on 240 280. Finally there was a command button, it is submit, and again the database function, database code is called, okay, and this database code has been given over here: def database by MySQL.connect onto the local host machine. Root is the username, root is the password, test is the database. Cursor equal to db.cursor. I want to get all those values into those widgets. So full name dot get, email dot get, g dot get, c dot get, etc. And please keep it in mind. Yeah, the variables which you are going to use over here should not be same as here. So I gave it as full name 1, email 1, enter 1, course 1. Now here with db I am going to execute it onto the database. So cursor equal to db.cursor. I want to create this particular table if not exist. But actually I have tried this program so many times. The table is created. So I will create the new one, student 22. Okay, and I would, if it is not there, create it. Okay, I'm going to create the new one. The table also will be created, and the insertion will also be done. Insert into student 2 all those values, and finally you can see the values till the end. Okay, %str name 1, str email, str gender 1, str course 1. Okay, this is for this %s, %s, and %s. So 4 widgets and 4 text, 4 entry and the 4 values. Then finally cursor dot execute, we have to execute it. So cursor dot execute. Okay, this SQL one has to be executed. I want to show on the screen that inserted and db dot commit. So I would execute it now. I hope it must be clear to you all why to write it, how to write it down. It will take some seconds to start. Every time it is giving me an error. Why I don't? Maybe I'm executing it again and again. That's why it is giving me an error with same program. Now I want to give here full name. I want to give here, say, okay, and I want to select the course. Submit. It's giving me an error. Fine. I could change. Maybe that many number of letters I have not given. Now the table has been created. Okay, you can see here the table is created. So it below. Okay, can you see it? Table created, values inserted. I'll show you the values from the table. Just I'm into MySQL. Student 22 is present. I'll show you just a minute. You can see here I entered this. Okay, the table is created and the values have been inserted. So in this manner we can add the values. By the way, why did I get this error? Because the email ID I must have given 5 or 6 letters and it was too long. So I'll have to give the more width for that email ID. Okay, so in this manner you must have understood how to create the program and GUI and connect to the database, and you can Now surely develop a software for any client, and do watch all the tutorials. It would be easier for you. Stay tuned. Thank you.